I chose to major in environmental studies has to do a little bit with my parents, because they were the one who actually instilled me this deep awareness of environment issues and problems from a very young age. Because when I was like 10 or 12, we used to have this habit of carrying a cloth bag or a jute bag and not getting a paper or plastic bag from the store. And we also had this habit of only carrying steel bottles when I was so young, and I wanted to have like colorful Tupperware bottles or plastic bottles. But then at that point of time, I was really annoyed. And the one question I kept asking was like, why? Why should I do that? But then in the longer run, I found that like there are more to this list of habits that the whole world is practicing under the name of carbon offsetting. So that is how I came to know about why and how much individual responsibility actually has some sort of impact on the debate of environment issues. And the sampling period in Krea actually gave me the opportunity to take a few courses and understand if I am truly passionate about that, should I go in this stream, and that is how I figured it out. So in everyday lives, we see this very thin line between environment conservation and development. So people who are in the realm of environmental studies or not, they must have once in a lifetime at least come across cases where they hear that infrastructure is being built in ecologically sensitive zones, or like advertisements or any news saying shift to more sustainable initiatives like please let go of like polythene bags or something like that. So we'd see these conflicts everywhere. But then the one thing that actually intrigued me was how certain solutions like sustainability or carbon offsetting that are very much celebrated to be considered as solutions for climate crisis actually have some sort of controversies and debates around it. So I wanted to look more into it. I wanted to know how different stakeholders come together with different priorities and how certain policies are shaped keeping all these stakeholders in mind, and what they have to consider like immediate solutions, like immediate quick fixes to different problems, or how to keep things impactful and envision certain action that actually make impact in the long run. So I would say it's multidisciplinary approach, because the term environment itself is a very omnibus term which can be defined from like a very biological, physical or cultural perspectives. And at Krea, it's not environment science, but it's environment studies, which means the curriculum here is designed to view environment, the problems in it from various standpoints like policy, gender, society, psychology, ethics. So I feel like this kind of a broad, in-depth curriculum actually helps us understand that environment challenge as a whole doesn't exist in isolation or is not just referring to science, but it is in a way like woven into all of our lives in all aspects we could actually think of. And the one thing that gives life to this approach is, of course, our faculty members, because apart from being professors, they are practitioners who have like decades of experience in their respective fields, if it is journalists or authors or policymakers or scientists. So the pedagogy here is not just based on concepts of theories, but they bring in their own field stories, experiences and challenges. So it is keeping us pretty much connected to the real world problems, and it's pretty fascinating to learn it this way, because it gives you a chance to analyze the problems from your standpoint and get their experiences as well. I am a politics minor, and this has actually given me a broad understanding of how policy implementation work, the challenges, the debates around it, the stakeholders involved. So to give a better example, I had this course called Environment versus Development, a Policy Dilemma. So we keep environment at the center, the issues of it, but we look at policies, how they are implemented, how there are like conflicting interests of different stakeholders, and how it is affecting the policy from being implemented. So all these were through looking at real world case studies in India and also from a very global level. And it involved us identifying the policy gaps, brainstorming different policy alternatives. So it actually helped me understand the difficulties in translating a policy to action. So I would say that combination of politics and environmental studies actually helped me with what I'm passionate about. Krea has been a space for me to explore rather than like confining myself to like preset academic boundaries, because what I have been experiencing here is more of a self-directed learning where I had the choice, I had the liberty to decide what I want to learn and what I did not. So I feel that this flexibility in the curriculum actually helps me meet this evolving job opportunities in the 21st century, because employers are seeking students to have something that goes beyond traditional knowledge. It can be like creative thinking or critical thinking. And I feel that still we need people who have like cross-disciplined approach. They don't want people who have like push themselves to a particular discipline. And I feel that that opportunity at Krea has actually helped me face this evolving job market in the current times. So I'm planning to work for a year or two before considering my master's, but I haven't actually thought about veering to what I want to specialize in, because I came to Krea with literature in mind to be majored in, but then I also wanted to be in the field of teaching. But there has been a significant change in me, and that is because of my exposure to a lot of opportunities, lot of domains, to figure out the different majors here, to the different roles through internships. So I'm considering this period to find out what I'm really passionate about, including ESG reporting, environment education, and environment policy. And I would like to be flexible about it and figure out where I want to channel my interest and make it as a meaningful master's. If you are considering an environmental studies at Krea, I would say to approach it with an open and curious mindset, because this is a field that is quite ever-evolving and it's pretty cross-discipline too. So you'll have the breadth of study through various majors that are exclusively devoted to environmental studies, while it is also like cross-listed with various other disciplines here. So even if you have decided to what you want to major in or you have not, either way, keep your choices open and you'll be surprised to see how different domains you are passionate about are actually interlinking in this way.